All right, what is up, all you gorgeous people? We are here to bring you another very important update. Like usual, I have a very important guest, Messin.
I'm not a guest.
I know
I'm
you're
not a
not a
guest.
guest. I
I'm not
just
part
like,
of this channel. Relax.
I know,
Relax.
I know. I just like introducing you like that. Yo, so let's do some TA on XRP and talk about some major catalysts we see here on the way. There's some interesting things here worth talking about.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so,
Definitely.
yeah. So why don't we start by talking about like the charts with XRP, and then we'll talk about like major catalysts, the Spark token airdrop, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, I would like to start first by saying that this whole market is extremely volatile. And I can't stress that enough. And for the most part, um, a lot of the times, let's say when we speak about some of those altcoins, let's say for example XRP or whatever, um, when we say so, there's a difference between you making a swing trade of a 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever it is that that uptrend was or downtrend, depending if you're shorting it. But um, over the long run, when we say this is gonna blow up, you expect you expect downtrends and consolidation a lot. And for now, for example, we can be talking about XRP going up to the $1, $2, $3, whatever. But along the way, we're gonna have moments where it just bounce back down 20, 25, 30%, and that's completely normal. And sometimes, just like we always say in our technical analysis, you can have everything telling you that your MACD and your RSI showing you, and all these candlesticks showing you that, hey, this thing should go up. It's supposed to go up now. This is you got all the stars are aligning, but it can still go down. And that's something that's bound to happen, and that's something that you have to make peace with regardless. So if you're expecting that just because those stars are aligning and you're seeing all those indicators telling you the same story that, hey, this is bullish, it does not mean that it won't go the opposite way and you lose money. So if you're in this for the long term, these downtrends of 20% or 15% do not matter to you. If you're looking at the next week and you want to make a quick buck, then obviously you have to be a lot more specific and you should be looking at stop losses and all that. And that's what I would just like people to understand, that when we say it's going up, we can be talking about the long term, and when we say it's going up, we can be talking about the short term here. So you need to pay attention to those small things.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, man. And we could throughout a bull market, we can get significant pullbacks, and with such a major run up that we had as of recent, it makes sense that we would have a pullback. Like this is almost like completely to be expected, completely healthy. And
Oh yeah,
another thing too, like, is we should focus on reacting to the market, not trying to predict it. you know the trend
yeah,
is your friend, and the trend can change at any time, and indicators can help you try and, like, find out what's most likely. But at the end of the day, price action is the most important, and
yeah,
things can change at any time. These markets are highly volatile.
yeah. And if you don't mind just showing my screen there, I just want to show a quick example from the run up we had in 2017 there.
Yeah.
Um, uh, like this is when we got the 20K back in 2017, right? And we're just gonna measure a couple of things. We're looking at this, right? It started going up from all the way from the low thousand, like 4K, 5K, and all that, right? It went all the way up, and then we got the 7K, and then boom, that's 30% down. Then right after that, this goes down here. That's a good 10%. And then it goes back up again. And this is it being bullish. It goes down to 26%. And that's all along the way up. 10%. So look at this huge downtrend before before we even reach the 20K yet. 30%. Same thing here. That's 17%. So when we look at something like what we're having here, this is so typical. Everybody's going crazy in the market. You're seeing people are saying, "Oh, well, it's not crashing." This is extremely typical. It's only 17% we're going crazy about it. So I'm not saying anything, but just something to keep in mind here. If we see something like this, we don't need to be figuring out, oh, what caused this major drop or what caused this huge crash. This is so typical for what Bitcoin is.
Yeah, I agree, and it doesn't at all invalidate the macro uptrend whatsoever. And we also need to keep in mind that we're all kind of thinking about a bull run happening 2021. It's not even 2021 yet, guys. We are early to this game. We are early. So if you're a long term investor like we are, this downtrend is nothing to be panicked or scared about. If anything, this is great because it's a great buy the dip opportunity. It's almost like a Black Friday sale where we get to buy our favorite altcoins at cheaper prices.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the only thing too that I would say is, um, uh, even right now, although we're long term bullish on Bitcoin, right now we are actually thinking, oh, you know what? It could look bearish right now, and we might enter a short soon, depending how this plays out. So when we start talking about, when we start explaining our technical analysis, you have to understand if we're talking about the long term or short term, which we will do our best to be very clear about. But for now, this video is about the bullishness of Bitcoin over the long term for the next month, half, to maybe the end of the next year. And during those times, we will be shorting at some points. We will be looking at a swing trade for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So it's just a matter of how our perspective and what we're aiming at, what our plan is for the time being. And we promise to always communicate that to the best of our abilities at the moment.
Definitely, yo. And another thing to consider too for everyone is the altcoins are highly, highly influenced by Bitcoin and Ethereum. So whatever altcoin you like, whether it's XRP or any other coin, you always need to keep an eye on what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing because they influence highly what every other altcoin is going to do. They're highly correlated.
Definitely, and we can even show it now on my screen. If I'm looking at the Bitcoin USDT now pair on Binance, and let's say we add XRP. I'm just gonna add XRP right now. You know what? We'll just go to the XRP USDT chart and add Bitcoin actually to it just to get a better idea of what's going on. So this is Bitcoin USDT, and we'll make it look like a candle, candle. At the moment, you start seeing that it follows it. You see a drop, XRP drops. You see a run up with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's a bit, XRP is a bit lagging in terms of the uptrend. But as soon as Bitcoin starts to go up, XRP just starts to follow. Bitcoin drops, XRP drops. You see a drop here, it's because of Bitcoin dropping. You see a drop here, it's Bitcoin dropping. Run up here, it's always following what Bitcoin is doing in the short term. However, if we're looking at the long term, just to explain the what XRP is capable of, not because of what we think, not because of what the market's thinking, but if you look back all the way to, this is what me and you yesterday were talking about, Brendan. But if we're looking all the way back here, and we go back to our Bitcoin chart and scroll all the way back to when we reached our peaks at 2017. I'm just gonna show. Look at what XRP was doing. So this is XRP. This blue line is XRP. When Bitcoin went all the way up to 20K, right? People started taking profits. Let's say that's way back in the day. And XRP kept on going up, and it didn't hit a peak when Bitcoin hit its peak. It did hit a peak at the moment, but it went all the way until January of the next year. So meaning there was almost a month between when Bitcoin started going down. XRP actually went to its all-time highs and kept on going up in January, meaning that money was taken as profit from Bitcoin. Everybody starts selling, and that's the cycle we talk about with how it correlates between Bitcoin and the altcoin market on a small scale and on a large scale. But the large scale has a bit of a lag. So Bitcoin went all the way up and started going down, and then that money, that those profits went to the altcoin market, the XRP, and this thing just kept on going up, and it kind of peaked a month after. So we could be at a similar situation right now. If Bitcoin maybe obviously we're much more bullish on Bitcoin at the moment, but um, uh, once Bitcoin starts to kind of relax and consolidate after a major run up, we're expecting an explosion when it comes to the altcoin market, specifically with Ethereum and XRP.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind too. Is the altcoins lag behind Bitcoin, and even back in 2017, it wasn't just XRP; it was Ethereum, and many of the altcoins peaked roughly a month after Bitcoin did, and so that continues to this day. The altcoins still kind of lag behind Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin is near its all-time highs. Ethereum, XRP, while they have pumped significantly, are not near its all-time highs. They have quite a lot of room to catch up before their all-time highs. And so
Oh yeah,
especially with XRP having a major catalyst December 12th with the Spark token snapshot that will allow XRP to be integrated into the smart contract ecosystem and will give people basically free money through the Spark token itself. I believe, I mean, we both think it's going to be a major catalyst for XRP, and that's very soon.
oh yeah, 100%. And
Yeah,
it goes both way, guys. It's not that this is 100% definite. No, you could things can go the opposite way,
100%.
regardless of
Yeah,
how many times those indicators or whatever this relationship we're talking about right now between Bitcoin and the altcoin market, it could just be useless at some points. And something could happen. It can affect, especially with now having those major institutions actually involved in this crypto world. Back in 2017, it wasn't as much. Now we have a lot of involvement from major institutions trying to play the market and actually accumulate more Bitcoin. And even right now, even if we're looking at this chart, um, for the most part, Bitcoin started going up. If we're looking at this area right here, Bitcoin started. I'm just gonna draw a quick square just so we can align. Let's just take a look at this right here, this box. Bitcoin start going up, and you see that XRP start to kind of go down a bit. Start to go down. Why? Because people are maybe, they understand that there's a cycle. At the moment, XRP is not trying to catch up with Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to have its spotlight for a bit. It needs to have its own success and uptrend. And then once it does that, once we grow further and further away and uptrend with Bitcoin, now everybody understands that that cycle soon enough is going to start going to XRP, and then XRP catches up to Bitcoin. It's just the way it is. And
yeah.
this is not us analyzing on our own. We're just looking at history and data. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, yo, yeah. Bitcoin definitely leads the market, and just to like rehash it again, guys. Crypto is the most volatile asset class in the world. That's why I mean I'm so attracted to it because it's so volatile. There's room for so much upside, but at the same time, that means it's very risky. So if you're in crypto, you need to understand that we could have 20, 30%, 40% swings regularly all the time even
Yeah.
in bull markets. So that's just something that you need to understand. Being in crypto.
Yeah, and just to give a bit more perspective, I guess, even if we're looking at Bitcoin right now, we kind of established the fact that Bitcoin is running the market, even the XRP market at the moment. Um, Even if we're looking at the hourly chart, we're below all of our EMAs. This kind of is bullish, for the most part. We are kind of probably going to play sideways a bit. It depends what's going to happen. There's so many things. There's more major corporations that have and major huge whales with huge sums of bitcoins in their disposal that can actually easily alter the market for personal interests. It doesn't matter what the technical analysis is telling us. There are people and corporations with amounts of bitcoins that are significant enough for it to alter the outcome of the price action. So keep that in mind. If you're in Bitcoin or XRP for the long term, we have so much potential. But at
Oh
the
yeah.
moment now, if you're I see a lot of times watch a lot of YouTubers, I guess, that they always say the same thing. If you can't see this downtrending, even when you're in the long term and you feel like it's affecting you and you can't keep it, then you shouldn't be in the crypto market. I don't think that's the proper advice. What we should be telling people is that you need to learn to be patient because you obviously have the motivation to be in the market right now. You obviously have the motivation. You see the potential in the crypto currency world and how it can actually shape the world. But I wouldn't tell you don't be in the market. Be in the market, but maybe if you're scared of why this thing is downtrending, maybe you have too much money in it that you can't probably afford to lose. So you should learn patience, and you should learn that, hey, if you're putting your money in, things can go sideways. Things
Y-
could drop.
Yeah.
So you need to learn that.
Absolutely. And look, we're not financial advisors here, but there's some definite rules of thumb that are definitely helpful. Like practice risk management. Don't invest anything you're not willing to lose. Investing can be risky. Crypto even more so than legacy markets typically. And practice portfolio diversification. It's probably not the best idea to put all your money into one thing. It's good to be diversified always in any kind of
S-
investing.
Especially your kid's college fund. That's a no-no.
Yeah.
Keep that.
Yeah. Yeah. At the very least, diversify. And look, we like um we can talk about some scenarios with like Bitcoin and XRP of whether we might pump or dump. But bottom line is, guys, Bitcoin has not even surpassed its full time highs. Once Bitcoin does indeed surpass its full time highs, very soon after, the altcoins, in my opinion, are very likely to explode. We're not there yet, and we could definitely see some downtrending for sure. In fact, one scenario we were kind of talking about is we could be potentially forming a bear flag with Bitcoin, and if indeed we are, that could be bearish for the entirety of the altcoin market.
Yeah, no, I see it right now, probably even going to the 16K if things keep on going the way it is right now.
Oh
We
yeah,
can probably hit up 16K or maybe 15 and a half. So definitely something to keep in mind. We right after this, we're gonna make a bit of a more specific video about the technicalities behind all this. But this is more of a bit of, I guess, of a wisdom slash advice for the moment that we think is actually helpful. And just make sure you watch this video we will upload soon after this. Just if you want to see more details, something more technical. There's some things about XRP that we want to talk about too.
yeah, perfect. Now, should we talk about the Spark token partners, or should we say that for the next video here? It's gonna be
Yeah,
long.
no, let's just save it for the XRP when we're right after this.
Okay, all right, Joe. So, I mean that's it for me, man. I don't know if you got any last thoughts there.
No, I think I rented enough.
All right, perfect. Guys, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Guys, we started a Discord. Link for that is down in the description below. Also, our Twitter. Give all those things a follow. Thanks for sticking around this long if you have, and take care.
Peace.